Hello, greetings. I am Marina Orms, the founder of Astrology Heals at astrologyheals.com. Happy last day of 2020. Here we are, we made it. Yay, woohoo! So today I've been planning this special event, and what I want to share with you is a little astrological overview of where we are and what's happening as we move into 2021. I also want to give you a chance to set clear and powerful intentions as the year begins. And so I invite you to post your intentions for the coming year on our event. You can comment on the posts there or comment on this video. And we'd love to hear your intentions. And I'm going to lead you through a guided meditation that's going to help you anchor your intentions and give them all the love that they need to manifest in 2021. And I'm also going to talk to you about my program, my ongoing monthly program for members that will support you in 2021 to manifest what is truly important to you and live your soul's potential for what it is you are here to live and share in this lifetime. So 2020 has been it's been an interesting year, but it's in a bigger picture of context. It's in a bigger picture of energetic cycles. And so in astrology, we look at those energetic cycles to understand the bigger picture of what is changing. And 2020 has been a little bit like this collective descent into darkness. But what's really going on when we look at the astrology is that we've had Pluto in Capricorn, and Pluto spends several years in a sign. But this Pluto is like a bulldozer, where it goes, whatever sign it's going through, it kind of, and if it's transiting your chart, if you've had Pluto transits before, you may be aware of this, but it basically what it does is it kind of it takes away what you thought you knew and what you thought you could count on. And really, in the long run, that's a good thing because it's clearing the way to make way for something truly new. It brings in this possibility of creative new solutions. So that's been happening for us collectively. It's not just for one individual, it's for all of us on the planet are experiencing this transit of Pluto through Capricorn. And then what happened is that in 2020 we had the addition of two more planets, both slow-moving outer planets. So it's very unusual for these three, Pluto, Saturn, and Jupiter, all to align in the same degrees of the same sign. And it did this year, and it did for an extended period of time where the three planets in their retrograde phases were hovering in the same degrees. So what that means is that we have had this collective experience of the ground. Capricorn is our structures, our systems, our institutions, and Pluto is taking that away. It's raising it to the ground like a bulldozer. And so what we have is this experience of the things that we knew we could count on, the systems, the structures, the institutions, the plans, the ways that we have of operating and doing things are no longer something we can depend on. And that is the bigger picture of the astrological energies and what's happening. So we've had, if in 2020, we've had this choice. It feels like there are two different themes of how people are responding. And one is and we all have this potential to spiral into negative thoughts, to go into the darkness, to have the experience of, all the what ifs running through our minds, and the fears, and even the real losses and the real grief that all of us have experienced to some degree or another. So we have the potential to kind of go into that dark place and get lost there. The other possibility that we've seen is this potential to kind of go into an alternate reality, kind of a delusional space of, oh, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to work out. We don't have to worry about it because, XYZ is going to take care of it. And some of that is what we see showing up in conspiracy theories or in beliefs that are there available to us. And the reason these things are happening is because we have that experience of the ground being removed, and we don't know. We can't count on the ways of operating that we've had in the past. We are waiting to create something new, and that's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm also going to, in this presentation, give you an alternative to those two choices, an alternative to going into the darkness or sort of the delusional toxic positivity experience. There is another way, and there is a way to consciously and intentionally create our future, and we have huge doorways opening up to us in 2021. And that is what today is all about. So hang in here with me. I'm going to offer you a solution to this dilemma. And okay, so we talked about Pluto moving through Capricorn, the uncertainty where we have that place of, our brains, our internal nervous systems are trying to figure out what to do when the things that we could count on aren't there anymore. Now, the good news is that there is a new ground forming. And that is also the message of Pluto going through Capricorn. The message of Pluto in Capricorn is, yeah, you're gonna have nothing to stand on for a little while. It's gonna be chaotic, confusing. You're not gonna know which end is up, what to do, how to respond, because a new reality is forming around you. A new paradigm is taking shape. And what is happening with the recent, so I'm recording this on New Year's Eve, and just 10 days ago, we had the winter solstice. And on the winter solstice of 2020, we had the great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn. And this is very significant for many reasons. It's the beginning of a 20-year cycle between Saturn and Jupiter. They come together every 20 years. So every 20 years, we have this reset point between Saturn and Jupiter. So it happened in 1980, 81, it happened in 2000, and now again in 2020. So that's a reset point. Astrology is filled with cycles. In fact, I wrote a book. This is my book, Cycles of Healing. So this goes into the whole thing about astrological cycles and how they describe an ongoing process of change, of evolution, of learning, of growth, of healing. So we can see 2020 in the context of these bigger picture cycles. And in addition to Jupiter and Saturn coming together, they happened to come together this year in Aquarius, very, very beginning of Aquarius. And this is actually the beginning of a different kind of cycle, a much bigger cycle. And this coming together of Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius is part of a shift that begins another 200-year cycle of Saturn and Jupiter forming their every 20-year conjunctions in air signs. And so it's just the way that the geometry works as the planets make their orbits around their sun, around our sun. And as those cycles work out, the conjunctions, the every 20-year conjunctions of Saturn and Jupiter from here on out for the next approximately 200 years will be in air signs. Now, in the preceding 200 years, they have been in earth signs, the conjunctions, and of Jupiter and Saturn. There was one air sign in 1980, that was Libra, and that's part of the shift, it's part of the adjustment. And then, but now we're solidly in air signs, and for the next 200 years. Jupiter and Saturn's conjunctions will be in air signs. Okay, so the question is does this mean this is the beginning of the age of Aquarius? I want to answer that question because I get that a lot. So it is the beginning of an air sign energy. So where we have been stuck, in the physical world, in the material world, limitations in a sense, in the past 200 years, we're going to be shifting into an era that is more defined by ideas, by information processing, communication, thinking. And with Aquarius specifically, that is thinking outside the box. It is finding unprecedented solutions for unprecedented problems, which is where we are, right? We have unprecedented problems. We have an unprecedented magnitude of the problems that we face, specifically with climate change, that require us to shift our consciousness to a higher level of thinking. And that is what the invitation is for us to step into. What is coming in 2020 is a strong Aquarian energy. So we've got now both Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. Jupiter will be in Aquarius. It'll go into Pisces for part of 2021, but Saturn will remain in Aquarius for the next 2.5 years. So we have this strong Aquarian energy, and in January and February of 2021, that's the time of the year when the Sun, Mercury, Venus all go through Aquarius. So we're going to have a pileup of planets in Aquarius in a similar manner to how we had pileups of planets in Capricorn this past year. It's a very different feeling. We're going to move from limitation to freedom. We're going to move from responsibility and heaviness to a feeling of breakout, breakthrough, revolution, revolutionary energies, rebellious energies, visionary energies, and outside the box thinking. So that is what is available to us. With every sign, there's a higher and a lower possibility. So with Aquarius, that can be the lower possibility is detachment, isolation, being outside of something, feeling that you are outside of something. There's a word that I can't think of right now, but it's that experience of detachment and alienation. So that's the lower possibility. The higher possibility is, of course, this visionary, problem-solving, oriented. Now is the time. Now is the chance to implement and initiate changes that have been visioned for a very long time. So we're entering into times of change, times when possibilities are opening up, times when manifestation can come more quickly. So manifestation in earth signs is a very tangible, but also a very slow, methodical process. It's, you have to see the things, you have to be able to move things around in a way that makes sense, in a way that's physical. Whereas with air, if you want to manifest something, you think it, and then it appears in some form. Now that form may be fleeting, it may be more in the realm of ideas, but the movement of energy is more instantaneous. It's more like going from, you have to ride a horse across hundreds of miles to go visit your relatives versus, you can call them on the telephone. It's like that difference in energy, in speed, going from earth to air. So how are we going to optimize this Aquarian energy to step into these higher possibilities of what's available to us, to utilize these waves of change, to step into our own full potential and highest possibilities? And of course, today we're talking about having intentions for 2021 and on a personal level. So what is your intention for yourself? And also on a planetary level, what intentions do you have for the collective, for humanity? What do you want to see for planet Earth? Those are your planetary intentions. And so seeing yourself as a change maker is part of what is unfolding, is evolving in these bigger cycles. It's seeing yourself as the person who is responsible for initiating and implementing the change, not through self-sacrifice and suffering, but through authenticity, through effortless alignment with your soul's truth. So that is what we are stepping into. It is a new way of being. It will feel uncomfortable as we learn how to do this. And we learn that we don't have some of the restrictions and limitations that we thought we did. That's going to be the process unfolding and what it might look like. So now, I told you I was going to give you a solution between, or another alternative between the choices of having spiraling into dark thoughts, dark emotions, dark experiences, and putting a blind faith on the other end of the spectrum, right? Putting a blind faith or blind trust into, oh, I don't have to worry about anything because it's just all going to work out, and I'm going to believe in this conspiracy theory. Or, of course, if you believe in it, you probably don't call it a conspiracy theory, but there's a belief system out there that if I just trust that, I'm going to have this general feeling that everything's okay, and there's nothing that needs my attention or my response. So the other choice, and how we can walk that, and how we can take back our sovereignty and intentionally create the future, is through the power of our intentions. So what are intentions? I love intentions, and I've been talking about intentions since 2012 when I started doing these New Year's events. The resolutions that we have at New Year is that we make a list of goals or things that we're going to do better at this year, right? And we set ourselves up for unrealistic expectations for ourselves, and within the first few weeks of the coming year, we don't meet those expectations, and then we think of ourselves consciously or unconsciously. We think of ourselves as failures because we can't hold up to this expectation we have for ourselves and the resolution we set. So we can do away with all of that. We can do better. The way to stay in this effortless alignment with your soul's highest truth is by using intentions. So when you set an intention, you are claiming what it is you want at the same time as you are removing all judgment. So there is no success, there is no failure. There is simply a statement of what you want that feels right and true to you. So when you set an intention, it still could be a goal. It still could be an intention to exercise more, or it could be an intention to have an experience of abundance and have money flowing in. But an intention has more to do with the actual outcomes you want. So you don't want another dysfunctional pattern, right? You don't want to embrace an exercise program, but then to have something else in your life suffer because of that. You don't want to suddenly have more money, but have it be because you have to sell your soul at a job you hate. That's not what we want. We don't want to replace old dysfunctional patterns with new dysfunctional patterns. We want healing. And that is what this process does. So when you set an intention, you are then open. Your heart is open. You can say, this is what I want, and this is what I am willing to receive. And then you go through the process of letting the universe show you how to create that. And there is balance from air, which is mind, body, emotion, and spirit. So the four elements are earth, air, fire, and water. So when you bring in balance from mind, body, emotion, and spirit to support your intentions, then you're on a creative process that helps your vision to manifest and supports it to manifest in ways that you couldn't even imagine. So maybe it will be even better than what you could imagine. So that's what we're going to do with intentions. And there is a way to use intentions and work with intentions throughout the year. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but first I want to guide you through a little guided meditation to help you anchor your intentions. So think about what your intentions are for 2021, and I am going to just read a couple of the intentions. Hopefully I can get to it here that people shared. So, and if there are comments on this live video, oh, here we go. I see them. Oh, hi everybody. Yay. Glad you're here. Awesome. Well, if you have intentions that you want to share in the comments, go ahead and do that. I'm just going to read a couple here. Nancy says, I see a world healing psychically, politically, emotionally, and environmentally as we realize there is no other to blame or save. We are all one with the deepest self-interest in helping all of creation thrive. What a beautiful intention. Now, if you don't feel like you're that adept with words, that's fine. It can be whatever flows from you, whatever awkward truth is coming from you. Jessica says, my intention for 21 is to bring in an abundance of peace, joy, and love. It could be as simple as that. What a beautiful intention. Jessie says, my planetary intention for 2021 is for everyone to find so much more joy and connection than we were all able to have in this past year. My personal intention is to fully come to terms with the fact that I am capable of anything I set my mind to and start living by that fact. So there's some examples of intentions, and I want to invite you to hold your own intentions in your mind and in your heart. And if you are not driving and you're in a place where you can get quiet and close your eyes, please don't do this if you're in a place where it's not safe. But if you can, go ahead and close your eyes and just feel the movement of breath in and out. See how simple it is. Breath moving in and out. It's happening all the time without you thinking about it. Take a nice deep breath. Let all that oxygen and good, yummy stuff from the universe come into your body. Just practice receiving that. Practice receiving the gifts of the universe that come in through your breath and giving your breath those positive intentions. You are breathing in those positive intentions right now. Let your body receive them. Let your body move into a state of greater alignment, relaxation, peace. And allow your attention to feel into your heart. Your heart is designed to hold love. It pumps blood through your body, but it does so much more. This heart space that you have in your body can grow when there's more love. It stretches, it expands, it adapts to the love that is there. So feel your heart growing as you breathe in the love of the universe as you breathe in those positive intentions. And imagine yourself being in the center of your heart, surrounded by all this love and all these positive intentions. Just feel yourself being held by that. As if a little mini you is inside your heart space, being surrounded by all this love. Send yourself this loving kindness, this acceptance of where you are, this permission to be who you are, without expectation, without judgment. The simple acknowledgement that you are exactly where you need to be. And then imagine also the earth, a mini earth inside your heart, being surrounded by this love, these positive healing intentions. Feel earth and all of its creatures and all of its beings receiving this love, whether they know it consciously or not, that they are surrounded by these loving, healing intentions. Feel the earth receiving this, and feel your own capacity to receive that love in through your breath, sending it to yourself and the earth. And then gently bringing your awareness back to the breath, moving in and out, acknowledging that your little mini self and your mini earth are held energetically in your heart all the time. And anytime you choose to breathe in positive intentions, you're sending that energy to yourself and to the planet. Becoming present again with your breath, with your body. Gently allowing yourself to bring your awareness back to the room around you, opening your eyes when you're ready. Stretching if you need to, maybe jot down a note if you had any awareness come to you or anything you want to remember. And beautiful. Thank you. So that's a really simple way that you can affirm your intentions, give them space, let that positive feeling take up space without making your bad or negative thoughts wrong. It's okay for you to have negative thoughts. Sometimes a pandemic is scary. Loss is real. So that's the middle ground, right? It's not going into, I'm just going to trust the divine and I don't have to have feelings or be human or do anything. And you also don't have to go to the place of spiraling deeper and deeper into the darkness. You have this choice to hold yourself where you are, to send yourself loving kindness, and to open to receiving love and to receiving your positive intentions. And then they synchronistically start to manifest in your life, and they start to appear in places where you did not expect. So then we can work with this intention throughout the year by using moon cycles. And that is where my program comes in, because I have a super affordable monthly program that helps you work with the moon cycles, helps you work with your intentions throughout the year, helps you take advantage of those astrological energies that are present, and understand what's going on, what is the particular theme that is happening at the moment at any given time, and know, is this a time for self-care? Is this a time for action? Is this a time for processing? So knowing those things can really help support you in manifesting your intentions, and it can help you align with this bigger process. So my program is called Lunar Expedition, and you can check it out at, I have it open here, manifestingwithmooncycles.com/4 KEYS. So 4 keys, the number 4 KEYS dash special. And I'm going to send that out in an email as well. I'll also post it in the comments here. But you can check out this monthly program, see if it might be right for you. It's only $39 a month if you join right now. And so it's really affordable, something that you could try, see if it feels right for you. Of course, I encourage you to follow it throughout the year so that you're actually taking advantage of all the new moons and all the moon cycles. And it will also provide you with more guided meditations, like I just led you through, some longer guided meditations that work with the astrological energies. It will also, you'll have regular content and updates from me, reminders of when the moon is in different signs and what that means, so you can stay connected with the energy. And then updates from me weekly. I post a video about what's going on. You get a little more detail like I went into today, but that's for members. They get that regularly. And so much is there in that program. So check it out. I'm also offering a bonus if you sign up now and in early January, that we will, I'm going to start a group astrology tutoring and study group. So you will get to come to the first one for free as a member, or included as a bonus for the first one. And so if you're interested in studying astrology, you'll be able to attend that. I also have throughout the year, mini readings and surprise gifts and special events that I do from time to time. So there's lots of cool stuff. Check it out. It's manifestingwithmooncycles.com /4 KEYS dash special. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching today. And I see some of your intentions here. Grow a business, holding the earth, and the earth is holding me. Yeah, super helpful. Awesome. I'm so glad that all of you came, and keep holding your intentions. We all can keep working on loving ourselves more fully, and remembering that we have the power to choose the future and to choose our visions. And we're going to find, I think, as we head into 2021, that it is easier than it ever has been. So thanks so much for watching. Bye for now. This will be available as a replay, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Happy New Year.